Hey, I'm Mo the Closer, and welcome back to the channel. And as usual, if you are not already subscribed, well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure that you turn on the notifications so that you can be notified when we drop more funding heat. So, I want to talk to you today about the new way people are making money in the funding space and why not having a funding arm in your business is costing you money every single month. See, most businesses, they are leaking revenue. Like if your clients need capital and you're not the one to provide it, then they'll basically find someone else who does. And this is where the services like Afterpay, the buy now pay later services, all of those, this is where they are coming in, where they're making thousands of dollars off of clients that you should be getting. So you're already generating the demand. Like people already want your product. They just don't have the means to pay for it right now. So you're just not monetizing the ways that you have in order to be able to pay for these things. So this is why it's important to add a funding arm to your business. So let's look at the old way that keeps people stuck. Now, normally in any type of funding, you think about you're having to do manual fulfillment, you're chasing the lenders, you're figuring out if they're approved or not, you're selling credit repair with no back end, you have one-time transactions instead of recurring deal flow, just because people can't afford to continue to buy your products. The fact that most businesses don't grow because of funding should be a red light to you. And that means that's because they're the middleman, right? They're not the ones that are processing. They rely on inconsistent approvals. So even when you do have someone who gets approved for like Zip, Afterpay, and some of those other services, those approvals are inconsistent and they don't always get approved for the amounts that your products are worth. And they don't understand lender sequencing, right? So the people who are doing funding themselves, they don't understand how to put sequences together so that clients are approved for the maximum amount of funding. And then also, if you're trying to do your funding on your own, then it's like trading time for every single deal that you're trying to get your clients processed for. And that takes away from your main offer. So the game has changed, baby. Like automation is replacing fulfillment. Pre-qualification happens before you even speak to a client. So imagine that they fill out the app, right? They get the application over to you. Everything's automatically sent to your portal. You don't even have to talk to that client to know exactly what they qualify for. So this means your systems replace all of the guesswork. And you know how it is, like money loves speed, right? Money loves speed. Now, funding is a system, not a service. So you don't process deals, you control the flow of deals. You become the strategist, not the worker. And the operator is replaced by an architect, which all of this means system. Save yourself time, energy, and money. You're no longer providing a service when you operate and you have funding inside of your business. This is consistent revenue, consistent deal flow, and you become the strategist, which means you can actually charge more for your products. Now, how people are making money in funding today, because it used to be give me a credit card stack. So they'll use Chase or Bank of America or all the other plays that they were using. And don't get me wrong, those still work. But now, instead of just making money on those card stacks, we have SBA lending, we have funding plans, we have broker commissions, back end partnerships, repeat client funding rounds, business clients scaling with capital. All of those are means for you to make money just by having a funding back end to your business. And this doesn't cost you anything extra per month to have a funding back end. It just means you've decided that you're going to actually fund those clients yourself. Okay. Now, the funding arm that every business that touches money should have is like real estate investors, credit repair companies, tax professionals, consultants, service providers. If your product, bottom line, if your product is over $2,000, you definitely should have a funding arm to your business. If you have a product that is over $2,000 and you don't have a funding arm, this means when someone says no, you don't have a way to turn them around. If someone says they don't have the money, you don't have a way to qualify them to get the money other than sending them to another third-party service, right? So you become the actual funding resource. If your client needs capital, you should own that, right? That should be you that fulfills that. So this is how you're going to stop trading your time for money. The old model is you only have one client And that one client is one deal. Now, that one client gives them multiple rounds of funding. Picture this: they're eligible for card stacking, they're eligible for lines of credit, they're eligible for SBA lending, they're eligible to refer other clients. They're also eligible to be able to put your funding link on their website, an embedded link that gets you clients through their referrals, and you're not even having to do anything. So you stack the deals, you stack the relationships, and most importantly, you stack the revenue. Now, you are the strategist at this point. You control capital access, you got client decisions, you're the one with the money, you become the plug, right? You scale without fulfillment, and you build a business that works without you in every single deal. So this means that you're able to sell your core products at more money. You're able to pour more time and more effort into what you really want to be doing, other than figuring out if people can actually afford your service. So the market is moving fast. Like, position now or get behind. It's kind of like this AI thing. So we've started using AI to actually do all of this that I'm talking about, which gives us more lenders entering the network, more products available to clients, more competition for deal flow. And the people who actually control access to the capital, they're the ones that's winning. The people who are actually learning how to use AI, they're the ones that are winning. So we've taken all of that and packaged it so that you become that funding arm for your clients. Now, if you want to learn how to plug this funding system into your existing business or access the system, structure, and strategy that I'm talking about, stop leaving money on the table, please. There are so many services that you will be able to extend to outside of your existing service if you could just charge a little more. So I'm going to drop the link below for you to jump into the cash flow department. We only talk about capital and funding. That's it. Building your funding brokerage is what we talk about. And we also talk about a little, we drop some little credit sauce in there every now and then. But jump in the group. It's down in the bottom. I'm Mo the Closer. I'll see you at the bank.